All right, and we are back. Not live because this is the pod, but we are back. Radio show about nothing, podcast about nothing. One special guest, had a third of the BTC. Is that
Yes,
it?
sir.
What's up, gang?
We back. Let's go, clap it up.
What's up, twins? What's up, twins? We back.
Not enough gunshots in it for us.
I know, right? The show about nothing, pod about nothing, if you will. You feel me? We back. Ish in the building, Chris in the building.
Yes, sir.
Got a good show ahead of you for, it's nice Thursday night. The sun just set. Traffic is traffic in Atlanta as always.
It's
actually
crazy.
worse than usual. But we here. We good.
The
We
least y'all
back.
could do is.
All right.
I'm not gonna start the show off with that negativity.
So here we go. Big show. And we're going to start off. It's the pod, so I always start off with a little question. Don't get too serious first.
But
Dwight Howard or Joel Embiid? Go.
piss me off.
And hold on, we're playing in today's time.
Talk the white easy.
Embiid.
What?
All right, I got Dwight,
Better
and I don't
free
even
throw
think it's a
shooter.
conversation. I'm not joking.
He a better free throw shooter.
Better free throw shooter, better scorer.
Is he a better scorer?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I saw Dwight go 40 in the Eastern Conference Finals off dunks and putbacks. Back when they used to have big men on the court.
Sure.
And this is a point I posed because I had this argument in PlayStation a couple of days ago. Dwight Howard might be the best rebounder in the modern era. And imagine dropping him in this game with no big men.
Come on now. It's pretty simple, dog.
Andre Drummond's a crazy rebounder, though. No
Yeah,
cap.
but Andre Drummond got a 40-inch vertical, though.
And Andre Drummond is 6'9".
That's also a fact.
I think Dwight Howard, like, if you drop Dwight Howard, what be killing me is they be talking about Dwight like, well, Dwight don't got the moves on the post. Every night y'all cry about how Giannis played. But you imagine Dwight Howard sliding to the rim? Come on, man.
So I think something that is lost in this conversation is everything Ish is saying, dog. In this era, with no big men, it's three dominant big men in the
You
league
know who
right now.
guess who lead the league in offensive rebounds?
Kevon Looney is 6'9".
Kevon Looney.
It's 6'9".
Come on, man.
So
Shout out Loon, by the way.
my dog.
Shout out to
My
Hive.
dog. But he is 6'11", 275, solid muscle. You couldn't move him.
Two Adidas
He could move you.
Yep.
Two Adidas sleeves. And he could jump out the gym.
Yep.
Realistically, I think Dwight Howard probably averaging 28 and 12 right now. 28, maybe 15. 28 and 15, maybe.
28 and 15 with 0 plays drawn up for him. Like, just
like-
roll down a bed 28-15.
You're not. There's no way to really stop. Especially now. Okay, now if we stand as a number one option, who's going to put up the better numbers in today's area? All right, maybe it's still Embiid just because he can create a little bit more offensively.
Yeah.
But if we talking about we building a team to go win the championship,
Yeah.
Dwight. I don't even know how it's a question in this era.
I don't know.
I seriously don't know how.
Nah.
The dude went toe-to-toe with Prime MVP Bron, the Bron that was supposed to walk to the finals, the 60-win Cavs team, toe-to-toe, beat him in 6 games.
Let me pose this. Then.
40 and 16 in game
Let me
6.
flip this. Would Embiid be better in 2010?
Absolutely. A lot of people didn't play like that in 2010.
So there's less spacing for small guards to attack him, and he still can create on offense the way he does. So the things he has to do on defense, he don't have to do as much anymore because it's 2009, and that's Aaron Aflalo cut into the mid post instead of a shooter flash into the wing. Like, so would Embiid be the better player if he were to be dropped in 2009 with the way he could score?
I say yes.
That's
I say
crazy.
yes.
I think so too.
I say yes, but not by much. I
Yeah.
think he has. You gotta remember, bro. What you just said it. There are no bigs now.
Yep.
So Embiid every night is the biggest player on the floor.
Yeah.
Every single night. There's nobody that is big as him.
It's funny to watch sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
just be too small.
Bro, like the night he scored 46 against the Warriors, 40 of those points was just like, all right, well,
damn.
sorry.
That nigga's paid.
Like 40 of the points was like that. So other than Rudy Gobert, he the biggest nigga in the league. So he got to guard. He had to go against Dwight.
Yep.
He had to go against Big Z, Paul and Andrew Bynum. Yao was still in the league. Who am I missing?
Gasol
Zebo,
brothers.
the Gasol. Yes, Mark Gasol, Zebo, Carlos Boozer, Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
It's
KG.
some KG Dirk. Oh yeah, bro, it's some dogs. So
Listen,
it's like
people forget that little end of the 2009, 2010. Dwight was some real competition.
yes,
he was running through.
yes. So what I will say is I actually don't know anymore because now, if he exerting more energy, actually having to guard somebody that's trying to score 20, 30 a night as the number one option than he is just having to deal with the pick and roll. Because we can hide you in the pick and roll. We can switch real quick before the pick comes. When you tired, you can drop. But now Kevin Garnett really coming to give you 27 shots.
Right.
He giving you 24 shots tonight. Duncan finna give you 7 drop steps tonight in a row.
Oh yeah. See,
7 in a row.
Like bigs don't have to have that motor that they use.
Yes.
Yeah. Like bigs used to have a crazy motor on the low because not only are you doing all the nasty, dirty work, whatever team you're playing just happened to have a Hall of Fame player at this position. So either you was a Hall of Famer or you was just a hard hat guy with unlimited energy at center.
Yes. So, man, I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about that defensive aspect, I don't think if he's any worse, I think it's more so shot percentage and points per game. Okay. He's not averaging 33 points a game because nobody was doing that. Kobe and Bron was averaging 33. He's not averaging 33, but a 27 and 9 guy, he would have been that.
No, that's a fact.
Probably just on 46% shooter. But
he's not getting no calls either.
No, exactly. Exactly.
Calls either.
So, to the Wild Wild West.
Yep.
We'll stay on this. We won't do this too long today because we did a full hour on it the other day. But we do got to hit some quick hitters. So, Chris, you're here, and we always here. We start with you and the Lakers. Y'all lost to the Bulls, and then y'all beat the Bulls. Oh, y'all are in the 8th seed at 38 and 38. You guys have 5 games left. What do you think you finish the season with? What record do you think the Lakers finish the season as?
You said we have 5 games left? I think
six, my bad.
6.
Yeah.
I think they win 5 and lose 1.
I'm about to tell you what the games are.
Yeah, let's see what the games are. Because if I remember the schedule, the one I'm pretty sure.
I can get you.
I think it's gonna be Phoenix,
Timberwolves,
Rockets, Jazz,
2 dubs,
Clippers,
3 dubs,
Suns,
4 dubs,
Jazz.
5.
Okay, first of all, let me stop you right here. Y'all niggas not beating the Clippers.
3 and 3. 3 and 3.
KD's back too, by the way.
3 and 3.
Yeah, that's why I said I think the Suns.
Have y'all watched the Timberwolves play these last 10 games?
Listen,
3 and 3.
We can get into it, but niggas called me crazy. Listen, I let niggas say what they wanted about that Gobert trade. It's working. It's working. I see it every night. Cat is slowly figuring out. So what the Gobert trade? I don't want to get off track, but a little bit is he don't got to pretend to be a big man no more. So he don't got to get like riled up and shit like that.
Yeah. Why do you think they're 5-1? That's what I asked you since you said that.
Since I was last here, I think we talked about it, and we were talking about like what do they got to do to get to the 6th seed, which is still
every time, bro.
He's just locked in.
I'm gonna just start picking that bitch up.
You can lean it closer towards you, like up here on the elbow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's comfortable.
So since I was last here, I think
Up
I
again.
didn't want to be too close to
He
it.
sat there and said,
Now listen, it's
I don't want to be like this close.
Put
Okay.
you
You're supposed to be. That's the point of the microphone.
Use both hands.
All right.
Both hands, that's crazy.
So look, bro. Since I was last here, I think it was like after the All-Star break, and we was talking about what they had to do to get to 6, and everything was happening where it needed to where they could at least get to that position. I think it's still attainable. I don't think they get it. I think they end up in the play-in game. Yeah, I say 5-1 because, like I said, I don't have a lot of faith in that Suns game. We obviously know I'm kind of a Devin Booker fan. He's been playing like way better since the trade, even when KD wasn't there. They were talking about it on First Take this morning. I was telling y'all, like, Jay Williams really described it perfectly. Like, playing with KD, like, with some superstars, like, they give it to you to figure it out, or you got to figure it out around them.
Yeah.
And Jay Williams was saying Booker's making KD figure it out around him in a way. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's why I say that Suns one is a loss. As far as everything else, I feel like every other game is very winnable, but the Lakers are the Lakers. So if there was another game that was going to be dropped, it's probably the Clippers game.
Exactly.
Russ revenge game, obviously.
Not a Russ revenge.
Listen, it's two things out there that I just believe the universe has against the Lakers: revenge games and games where people come back off injuries. Like everybody's magically hurt, and then they figure out the Lakers are on the schedule. Yo, Alex Cruz, listen. Alex Caruso missed the Lakers game on Sunday.
Yeah.
No, he played it.
No, he played the Lakers game on Sunday. Missed the Clippers game, and then on Wednesday played the Lakers, bro. Like, what are we doing?
All right. So your first point. Not your first point, but the point about the Suns, I actually think he's overcomplicating it. I think Kevin Durant is real easy to play with.
Yeah.
And that
was part of it too.
I don't think Devin Booker is like, hey, you got to figure out around me. I think Kevin Durant is just one of them niggas. Like, it's just like wherever he go, his game is going, because he can do everything. His game is limitless.
And another thing he was talking about, he was like, when you play with KD, like, it's no wasted movement. Like, you know, he was saying, like, they dribble a lot these days, this, that, and the third. Like, with KD, it's no wasted movement. Like, it's all, like, something's going to happen.
Well, a lot of the offenses now in the NBA are heliocentric, and that's like, of course, that's how people describe like the universe, how like, everything rotates around the sun. KD is like another big ass sun on your team, but he moves around like a planet, where he's gonna take up all this energy and space, but he's like a souped up role player in a way where everything he's getting is gonna be in the flow of the offense.
Exactly.
It's gonna be all gravy. I'm not gonna need 16 seconds this possession, 15 seconds this next one. So he really is. He fits and rotates around so many different people.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I can see them going 5-1, but what you said there at the end was important. You said, but they are the Lakers.
Yeah.
So what's going on is Lakers fans are like, man, we got all these bad teams coming up, but y'all also have been a bad team the entire year. So these teams are also saying, oh yeah, we got the Lakers coming up. So the Timberwolves, who are ahead of them in the seedings, want to remain ahead of them. While Karl Anthony Towns came back, they just flip their whole team. They need as much time as they can get. Ant coming off an injury. I think that game tomorrow will go their way. And I think the Lakers will go win the next two, Rockets and Jazz, lose to the Clippers, win versus the Suns, or vice versa. They're not going to lose both, but they're definitely not winning both of those games. I think they'll finish either right on the 8th seed or right on the 7th. I just got to see the tiebreaker.
I feel like they're building like a lot of continuity. That's what I've liked. Like even with LeBron coming back, and there was some stupid narrative out there. Like how does Austin Reeves fit?
Hey, that first game,
it looked bad. I will say that it looked bad, but like there was just it wasn't a matter of like. So the narrative for a second was like, well, how does Austin Reeves keep maintain this level of play while LeBron is back?
It's real.
But I mean, yesterday he played fine. Like we had 4 starters in double digits.
No, he played fine. But the thing was, he won't have the 20-point a game impact,
and that's fine. You don't need that from him.
Listen. You may not. You didn't need it versus the Bulls, but against teams that can score for 4 quarters, especially with a bench like the Lakers bench full of specialists, where this person coming off the bench does this person coming off the bench does that. You'll have nights like Malik Beasley. They won, but listen, I saw the stats, Malik Beasley. Listen, you in LA now.
Hey, listen, that's who I don't believe in. Hey, go out to you.
So that's the thing.
I just seen a lot of bad Malik Beasley games.
I have them going 3-3. And because of both of your points, they're the Lakers. Right. I think they've been inconsistent all year, and I expect that to remain the same. They lost that Bulls due to inconsistency, and I don't think Braun is that healthy. I think Braun's foot is messed up. I think he's letting you know it's messed up. So if they do miss the playoffs or they do lose in the play, and he can say, I told you my foot was fucked up. I went to LeBron the doctors. That's hard, by the way. That's hard as fuck. That's hard as fuck. He a Billy up. He a Billy up too, nigga.
It's crazy because I was sitting there thinking, you know how like accomplished you gotta be? Because if I said that to somebody, niggas would look at me crazy. Like, your car straight? Yeah, I went to the Ishmael Mechanics.
What does that
mean? LeBron says like, yeah, that's good. Good shit.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. But
hey, LeBron a crazy liar, by the way.
Yeah, so I have them losing to the Timberwolves, Clippers, and the Suns. I do think they will beat the Jazz twice. I do think they will beat the Rockets. But I think what the issue with the Timberwolves is, and you should know this. You both have watched a lot of basketball. So I don't know if you've got a chance to watch both of the Bulls games. But if you did, LeBron is like slow, and it's like it's not like NBA player slow. It's just LeBron slow.
Yeah.
And I think because of that, Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns and Naz Reid, the trio of those big men, I think will have a big impact on him being limited in his driving ability. And LeBron is not been beating you with jump shots. I mean, he's capable of it. He's LeBron, but like he hasn't been, and that also is going to hurt AD, also going to hurt their penetration, and also going to limit Jared Vanderbilt. Where I do think they can get the win is revenge games, as you just said. Jared Vanderbilt and Malik Beasley were both on the Timberwolves at one point. So
and D'Lo.
D'Lo. So I definitely think this could be a little bit motivation. They can win. If they go 5-1, I'm not surprised. Just from what I've seen, though, 3-3 is what I'm calling.
And another thing, and listen, shout out Ant Edwards. We believed, but listen, they got LeBron. We got Jaden McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels.
Oh, God.
Jaden McDaniels might be on my short list, probably best defenders in the league. And every time, listen, the Ant Edwards, Mike Conley, Jaden McDaniels, Cat, Gobert lineup can really suffocate a lot of teams.
Yes, it can.
And you're seeing that the last couple of games where people fighting for their life to get past Jaden McDaniels and then Rudy Gobert right there. Like the upside potential for this defense is through the roof.
Through the roof. The last point I will say about the Lakers is they are the Lakers.
Yeah.
Been similar to the Warriors. Everybody wants to see them fail.
Oh, yeah.
These teams will love to knock Bron and AD out the playoffs.
People like the Jazz don't want to win.
Listen,
man. And what will be funny is if we get to this Clippers game and the Lakers have lost 2 in a row, and it's like, hey, if they lose this,
it's over.
And Russ go for 45, 12, and 13.
Listen, basketball is very unforgiving sometimes. And when it's your time. Listen, I saw Westbrook retire one Lakers team.
Hey, this the part, right? Russ finna say some crazy shit to LeBron.
Listen, I remember
Russ finna say some crazy shit to LeBron.
OKC Russ and KD really beat the shit out the Lakers, and I knew it was over.
Man,
I knew it was over because Westbrook just looked so much faster than everybody in the Lakers. I remember he got a steal. I think Derek Fisher tried to foul that nigga at half court, and he threw for and one. And I remember that shit winning. I was like, it's done. It's over.
That shit is crazy. Listen,
history, time is a flat circle.
Also, I'm gonna say this. I want them to beat the Timberwolves for no other reason other than I don't want to hear Cat on his 10th voice change this week, bro. That shit makes me so mad, bro.
Shout out Cat, bro.
That nigga's on his 10th voice change, bro.
That Cat said.
With 4 fingers.
Nah, listen, he was shooting that game, but Cat, I just, I like the Minnesota Timberwolves coach because he's trying to kind of force the ball into Ant Edwards' hand a little more. And, I like, shout out Mike Conley a lot because he's so bad, but he's a great decision. He's kind of like Chris Paul right now, where it's like, man, you're not that good, but you keep making good decisions.
Yep.
So it's like, we can keep you around because he's not going to make any mistakes.
Nope. And he plays defense.
And he played defense.
So
addition by subtraction. They got rid of D'Lo, got rid of the IG models. Mike Conley, nice Utah guy.
Yeah, so on to the other Western Conference veteran disappointments. So Warriors have 5 games left. Friday they play the Spurs. Sunday they play the Nuggets. Tuesday OKC, Kings, and Blazers to close out the season. Ish, I'll start with you. What do the Warriors finish there? What seeding do they finish with, and what do they go in their last 5 games?
I think they're going to hold on to the 6th seed. They're going to go 4-1, I think, at the worst. But I think the one will be one that we're not expecting. I think they're going to beat the Kings because I think they need to. I think as a team, they think they can beat the Kings. Everybody in that locker room is perfectly fine with playing them in the first round, and this game will be them showing the Kings that we got no problem playing y'all. I think they'll lose to a team that they're looking past because they've already beat them, either OKC or Denver. Much in Warriors fashion, we're going to lock in for them, not lock in for other teams. But I think, listen, Gary Payton, and we talk about it in the NFL, where one person coming back could push the rotation a certain way and make your team completely different. The 20 minutes Gary Payton can play attached to Jordan Poole hip make the team so much different. Because now Gary Payton can play your point of attack defense where the Warriors have struggled all year because they literally just could not contain ball handlers. Steph could do it up to a certain point, but he's still 6'3" and 35. Jordan Poole doesn't even think about it. And Klay Thompson just don't got the legs anymore.
That's just crazy.
But GP2 being able to be your point of attack every play for 25. I'm only playing 25 minutes, so I'm going to play the most annoying 25 minutes possible. Makes their whole team dynamic a little bit different.
Not to mention the JP, Dante, and Gary lineup. Them two together is special. Chris, what do they finish record-wise and seeding-wise?
Where are they at now?
Not record-wise, but they're 6 right now.
Yeah.
But in the last 5 games, what's their record?
Spurs, Nuggets, Thunder, Kings, Blazers.
Are any of those on the road?
Yes, so...
Nuggets and Kings.
Nuggets, Kings.
Okay.
And Blazers.
I think they can win the Nuggets game on the road. The Blazers game is a win because they've shut Dame down since they're not within reach of the play-in. Unless some crazy shit happens.
Shout out Shadon Sharp.
Unless some crazy shit happens.
Hey, shout out Shadon Sharp. You really never know.
But yeah, I actually think they hold on to, because 6, 7, 8 is Warriors,
Timberwolves,
Lakers. I think they hold on to 6, so I think the play-in game ends up being Timberwolves, Lakers. The first play-in game.
That's good. Good-ass game.
Yeah.
That second play-in don't matter if the Timberwolves and Lakers 7 and 8. They're going to stay 7 and 8.
I think the Warriors hold on to 6. I do agree that Kings game will be a statement game, especially if you go on the road because, well, for one, it's already a playoff atmosphere in their mind. Like, they've clinched, but, I've been watching them games on League Pass. Like, them people are there every night, bro. Like, it's never quiet in there.
They is outside in Sacramento.
It's never quiet in there, bro. Like, whoever's there, bro, they're in for it, bro. So
and they not a quiet team
at all. Like, you got a bunch of young niggas, bro. Like,
I said when Mike Brown left, bro, y'all sent the wrong one away, bro. Mike Brown should have.
Hey, and I'll say it here because I don't know if I said it on air when I said I didn't believe in the signing. I probably did, but I was wrong. Yeah, I'm kind of happy to be wrong too.
Listen, Mike Brown is a genius, bro. And it was a lot. There was a lot of brain power coaching wise on the Warriors staff the last couple years. Mm-hmm. That was all making the machine move, and now people are getting plucked off. Mm-hmm. But it's still something there. Shout out Kenny Atkinson, still in the cut, still got the Nike Tech on.
So I agree with you. I do think they go 4-1, but I think I'll flip-flop. I think they lose to the Kings, and I think they beat the Nuggets. Right. But I think they lose to the Kings because if they do what I think they are going to do, which is win the next 3 games, they'll kind of be locked into the 6th seed. And I think them being locked in the 6th seed and knowing they're going to face the King and Mike Brown have been on the Warriors coaching staff for the past 5 or 6 years, I think they're not going to show them too much. Right. And I think it's kind of the game where they come in and – because the Sacramento is the young team on fire. And it's like, oh, this finna be our playoff matchup. We finna show these niggas what's up. They gonna come out on fire, get up by 20 in the first quarter, and the Warriors gonna lay down, and they gonna go for them.
So everyone, of course, the Warriors never have a chance to win anything until the playoff actually starts,
and then it's unfair.
And then they're the favorites. But everyone is like, man, if I was Warriors, I wouldn't want to play the Kings. All right, let's slow down a little bit, guys. Well, listen, we have several slogans that I really wish we had shirts for. One of them is you're not gonna beat the Warriors playing the Warriors game. Now, to the Kings' credit, they've replicated it almost to a T. You got to stretch big, you can run the offense, push the pace, you got a couple great shooters, a dynamic point guard. You don't play no defense, but you play hard, deep team. So you're kind of running the Warriors blueprint. But I'm supposed to think you're going to do it better than the Warriors? And listen, I know they're not a great road team. And the Kings are like one of the best home teams. It'll only take one.
Yeah.
It takes one game.
It take one game for real.
All right, so we'll jump to the Sacramento Golden State series because that's kind of where I wanted to go next. Yeah. I do want to jump back to a few other teams in the East because we haven't spoken about the East in a minute. But real quick, we'll go here. And then I want to ask you about a series that I hope we get. Yeah. But 3-6, kind of along what you're saying, you don't beat the Warriors doing what the Warriors do, but you also don't beat the Warriors if you play defense. Because what Steph and Clay have shown you is time and time again is we really are the 2 greatest shooters ever. This is not a joke. This is not hyperbole. Like, we really do this, and we show you this every time we get in the Western Conference playoff series. And I think something that is – another point is they are fresh, young, and new. this team has not been seen. This team has not been scouted for real. A basketball season is an 82-game season. By the time people realized the Kings were good, they was off and running, had their rhythm. And again, they're like the Bucks. They play hard every single night. Sometimes them fast breaks when De'Aaron Fox is running 100 miles an hour at you, you're just not going to deal with it. Sometimes them passes and them cuts and the back cuts and the screens, you're just not going to care about. But when you have time to sit there and scout that team and you get to game 5 and we know exactly what y'all about to run on this possession, it gets a little different. And they haven't experienced any of that. So that's why I think, and I might be biased, but I realistically think the series ends in 5. Like, I think it's a fast series.
So I don't disagree with you for this reason. I think it's a horrible matchup for the Kings because of what you just said, where this is a new thing. Mike Brown just got here. A lot of people don't know what we want to run, except that one team, where they've been practicing it for the last 12 years.
Exactly.
So if anybody knows what they're going to run, it's the team they took it from.
Yes.
So I think them having such, especially with Draymond Draymond's defensive knowledge, knowing everything they're going to do before the game, I think it's a real tough proposition. I don't like their perimeter defenders a lot. Like you said, if you don't play defense, the ceiling's only going to go so high for you against the Warriors because at some point they just don't need to take good shots anyway. So even the possessions where you do meager up a defense, they can still make the shot. And when you have built, and you're not a defensive team and you do not have the habits for 2.5 weeks, let's say we're not going to make these mistakes, we're not going to do this. For a young team with no veterans, doesn't have the experience to do that, never really been in those moments, it's hard for me to pick against a team who's never lost a Western Conference playoff series.
Exactly. Real quick, I do want to mention this, and then I want to get to Chris, because I don't want to, since they're not official, I don't want to stay on it too long. But Jordan Poole has been playing a lot better, and I want to cut him some slack because he has been in and out of the starting lineup all season. That is very difficult to do, not knowing how many minutes you're going to play a night. Some nights you get 20 shots. Some nights you get 7.
What rhythm you're playing.
What rhythm you're playing in, when you're getting your shots, what minute mark are you playing in? Like, that's another thing that the NBA players like Steph, Braun, the superstars have the luxury of. We play the same minute, same time slot every single night. We run the same set. So they're knowing exactly what they're going to get. And then on top of that, they're getting 20-plus shots.
Right.
So I want to give Jordan some credit because ever since he's gotten used to coming off the bench, his defense has gotten better.
That's a fact.
His defense has gotten better, and it's not even that like he's just playing such good. It's literally just effort. He's just giving way more effort. He's just trying harder, and then the shot has been falling. But Chris, I do want to ask you because I do think if the Lakers and Timberwolves play in the play-in game, they will beat the Timberwolves in the playoff game, and the Timberwolves will beat the Thunder or the Pelicans, which means they will be lined up with Memphis. Do you think they can beat Memphis? If you do, how do you think that is done? It's same thing.
So yes, I actually think either Memphis or Denver would be the more favorable matchup for them. Just because, one, as far as Memphis, like you have Jaren Jackson on that end, like he's an okay defender, but like I've seen AD dominate that matchup like when he's like, and I don't want to say really locked in because I know people hate the whole narrative that he's not always locked in.
I saw it too. It's like AD when locked in is like Batman.
Yeah, like
now. Like just
I don't even think that is.
Funny.
That's funny. I really don't think that he's like not locked in, but it's just like I don't know what it is. It's just I don't know if he just has a bad game every now and then or what.
He
but
don't
like
that dog in him, bro.
Man,
He don't be locked in. That's why they say it. He don't be locked in, nigga. Bro, he lost. Bro, y'all was losing to the Bulls. He had 2 shots at halftime or some dumb shit. Like, bro, he don't be locked in for real.
So I think both matchups favor AD. As far as Memphis and Denver, the Memphis matchup, my problem comes with like. I mean, Ja, obviously, because we don't have. I mean, I assume you'd put Vanderbilt on him, but I mean,
got to
have a choice.
Yeah, you.
Got to.
I don't know if you want
Vanderbilt, I think, has earned the right every night to take the superstar.
Absolutely.
I don't care who we play. Especially at his size.
Listen.
I think he's earned at least give me the first half and we'll see from there.
Yep.
Listen, and I told y'all last time I was here, I love his addition to the team, bro. Like his willingness to get on the floor, his willingness to stand in front of that guy and go till he can't. Like obviously he's limited on offense, but like your job is to defend the best player out there. You're one of the longest people on the floor. Like that's his job and he does it very well. Yeah. So I think you put him on Ja. You let the chips fall where they may. But I think the narrative's been the same since AD signed to LA, bro. Like the Lakers can't go if AD doesn't go.
Nah, exactly.
And I think those matchups both favor him.
No, I totally agree, and I think you made some good points. But like I said a couple months ago, I feel like I'm like the scene in The Dark Knight where the Joker kick open the door. The problem is Desmond Bane. The problem is not John Morant. Until niggas solve the Desmond Bane problem, the Grizzlies are going to be much harder to guard.
LeBron has real beef with that nigga, by the way.
I would too. First of all, he looked like a free safety. Okay.
That shit make me mad.
He looked like a free safety.
That shit really makes me mad.
He looked like Saquon out there.
Listen, I know a couple teams in the league that need a linebacker right now, bro. Like that's where he needs to be.
He like a football player on the way to class.
That shit's crazy.
I can't stand him. But I think Desmond Bane, especially you saw this last year in the playoffs, it's almost easier for the Grizzlies if teams take Ja out of the game.
Yes.
Because Ja is still going to get his in the fourth quarter because you're not going to stay in front of him and keep him out the lane anyway. But if in the first 3 quarters they can eat up that time with Desmond Bane buckets, Jaren Jackson buckets, Dylan Brooks buckets whenever they actually go in, and Tyus Jones getting everybody else involved, I think he is the biggest concern. And that is one of my fears with the Lakers is they don't have a lot of good defenders. It's literally just Jared Vanderbilt. And then
AD, Jared Vanderbilt.
And AD,
Austin Reeves tries to play defense, but like it's not like
He's white.
Yeah, he'll try.
He's white and not as Caruso, so.
He's trying to earn his money, but yeah.
He'll get paid in Charlotte. But AD, the reason I worry about it is because the motor he'll have to play with on defense, I don't know if he has that in him and offense for 3 months.
Yeah. Because it can't, like,
that's a good point.
There have been nights where, like, these past few weeks,
that's a great point.
Like, especially with LeBron being out, it's nights where he's had to do one or the other, and the other people have stepped up, but, like, it can't be like that across a bunch of 7-game series.
Both, like, the other team, they're doing both.
Yeah.
And we said this about Ja, and we've said it every year since we saw him play, since he's been in the league. He ain't not jumping for nobody.
Dog.
He gonna jump at AD
fact.
chest for 7 straight games, and he not gonna care. And so is Jaren Jackson. Desmond Bane gonna be coming in there.
Hey, Memphis do not like. We said this a couple years ago. Like these young niggas that's getting into the league, bro. They like you was talking about Desmond Bane and Braun got beef. I guarantee Desmond Bane don't care. Like,
He does not.
You Braun, cool.
Listen, y'all ain't never seen that. Y'all seen that clip? I was about to say, y'all seen the clip where they was at the line. Braun was like, "Yo, like it's the last time I'm gonna tell you."
Yeah,
that nigga was just sitting there looking like.
Funny clip because he went and dunked that bitch too. That's a Braun moment. But listen, Braun, it's a 7-game series.
Listen, yeah.
We're a lot deeper. We wanted more. Your team just got together, and the elephant. A bunch of teams got elephants in the room. We should do a segment about that. Elephant in the room for the Lakers is, I don't know what D'Lo's gonna do.
That's fair.
What are we gonna do with D'Lo?
That's fair.
Because D'Lo's first of all not a plus defender. And with LeBron, AD, and everybody on the court, D'Lo's value drops a little more because he can't facilitate in the pick and roll and create his scoring that way. So is D'Lo gonna come off the bench? We gonna start D'Lo? Because if you start in D'Lo, teams are attacking D'Lo.
I think they're gonna. What I've found that he's liking to do is either that 2-guard lineup, which isn't gonna work.
Nope.
And recently, like, I guess he's decided to bring Schroeder off the bench, which is great for the bench unit and great for, like, because I think Schroeder ends up closing the game most of the time anyway, so that works. But
I don't trust him either. First of all,
personally, I trust Schroeder a lot more just because of what I've seen him do. Like,
you should trust him more than D'Lo, but not too much.
Yeah.
I can see that.
So I trust him more than D'Lo just based off, like, what he's done when D'Lo was gone and when LeBron was gone. Like, a lot of those games, like, I'm not ashamed to say, like, Dennis Schroeder won us some of those games.
Nah, Dennis Schroeder definitely. And I think Dennis Schroeder provides value on defense a little more than D'Lo.
Yeah, like, he's not a crazy perimeter defender, but, like, he's fighting for that ball. He's getting those steals.
Yeah,
like,
he has good hands.
Playing the passing lanes.
But he hurts your offense compared to D'Lo, too. Like, and that's what I said. That's the problem.
Because D'Lo can space the floor more, yeah.
Exactly. The Lakers bench, we got a bunch of specialist guys that are coming in. Like, okay, you're great at this thing, but we're removing someone who's great at something else. So every time our lineup changes, our identity is changing midway through the game. So
those Tyus Jones and Dennis Schroeder minutes together in the court would be really big. Whoever wins that point guard matchup will help their team a lot for those minutes. Without the superstars on the court. I do too. All right, real quick, 2-3 minutes. Suns Clippers. If we do get the series, which, by the way, we're assuming the playoffs kind of stay the same, so I'll go there. Suns Clippers, which I think will be the best first round series. Right now, who would you have? And we're assuming PG will not be back.
No PG. I got the Clippers in 6. Still.
Really?
Still got the Clippers in 6.
Okay. What do you got?
I got Phoenix. I'll take them in 6. I got Phoenix in 6.
This is why. Oh, go ahead.
I have Phoenix in 7.
This is why, and I really, I really sat back and really thought about this one.
Okay.
Really rolled one up to this one. I think the Clippers are a much better offensive team when Westbrook is facilitating instead of Paul George. Mm-hmm. And I think you miss the Paul George scoring for sure, and the defense. However, putting the ball in Westbrook's hands so much earlier in the first 3 quarters is getting everyone else more involved better than PG could, because he's not looking to score also like PG was. Mm-hmm. So you're seeing these games where Zubac, Batum, is it not the Morris? God, what was it? Robert Covington. Where all these role players are playing a lot better because Westbrook is force feeding them the ball, where when it's time for Kawhi to score, Kawhi is just going to score.
Yeah.
But Westbrook can get all these little others involved better than PG could, because Westbrook's just a better facilitator than PG was. Mm-hmm. And he was only doing that because, think about since PG and Kawhi got there, they haven't had a real facilitator at point guard. Mm-hmm. So he had just got used to always being that, instead of it being, oh yeah, this is our best option.
Right.
With this reset that I hated for Paul George, with him being hurt, you're seeing now how much easier it is for Westbrook to facilitate to all those others. And then, all right, Kawhi, go ahead.
Okay. I love that point. I actually think a lot of people will hear you pick Phoenix. Hear you pick the. That was bad. Yeah. Pause that if I have to. But I think a lot of people hear you pick the Clippers, especially without home court advantage, and be like, "Oh, you're crazy." But I actually think that makes a lot of sense, even without PG, because exactly what you said. I think their defenders are so good. They have interior defenders, and you have Kawhi for KD. That's who you're worried about. Mm-hmm. Look, I love Devin Booker. I really do.
Yeah.
But,
listen, put Robert Covington on Devin Booker, put Kawhi on KD, and watch Chris Paul fold.
I was about to say go ahead.
Real quick. You can get Devin Booker to shoot 11 for 26, 11 for 25. Mm-hmm. KD can get off. Kawhi gonna make it tough, but it is Kevin Durant. But who cares? I still am picking Phoenix, but I really do think Phoenix. If KD does not come and be his full version of himself, and Devin Booker is at 44%, 43%, the Clippers will 100% win the series. Yeah. I think Russ is going to have a phenomenal series. I think the last point that I thought you were going to hit on is defensively. Where is Chris Paul going?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I was going to say defensively, Westbrook, listen, the cat's out the bag. Press Chris Paul for 7 games, and let's see if he can get across half court. And for the basketball historians out there that don't remember, go watch Westbrook in the 2012 Olympics when he pressed every single guard that entire time, and people could not cross half court. Yep. Westbrook's athletic advantage over Chris Paul pressing him for 7 games is gonna feel like bullying.
Yes. Yeah. All right, Chris.
I was about to say, to that point is that, and to me, I can count on 2 things from the Suns.
Yeah.
Number 35 and number 1.
Yep.
What's going to hold them back is DeAndre Ayton and Chris Paul.
We didn't even mention DeAndre Ayton. Keep spade a spade. If Zubac outplayed Ayton, how surprised would people be?
Nobody's going to be surprised. Bro, it's just, you were the number 1 pick in the draft with Luka Doncic, bro. You shouldn't have been in hindsight.
Listen, you
were crazy in Arizona.
We give him a lot of passes because he was a hometown kid.
Yeah.
But Trae Young and Luka was in that draft.
Yeah.
And Trae Young and Luka, either with Devin Booker, is crazy. Crazy.
Can you imagine if Devin Booker had a point guard a lot sooner and didn't have to play point guard?
You draft Trae, you don't have to sign Chris Paul. Then you can add someone else to a max deal because Trae's still on his rookie deal. Listen.
They can only go as far as, it's not a matter of Ayton carrying them to a certain point. Yeah. Ayton has to play up to a certain level. He doesn't have to be the best player on the team. Mm-hmm. He doesn't even have to be the second best player on the team. At worst, 4th.
Yeah.
But all you have to do is go out there and rebound. Mm-hmm. You don't need to be taking mid-range elbow shots like you've been doing. You need to get down on the block, bro.
I think the issue with Ayton isn't that he's not consistent. I think he is consistent in what he does. Yeah. But I think he does is fold in big moments, and he's also consistent in that. And that's the issue with that. In the biggest moments, because that's what y'all are talking about.
Right.
Quarter 1, 6 minutes, that little jab elbow, that's going to go in. He don't miss that shot in the first first 3 quarters. But when the fourth quarter come around and we really need him to make this play, he consistently has not. And that's why y'all are talking like y'all are, which y'all should be. I agree.
The fall off for him is just so strange because I think we all watched like that year they went on that crazy run. Like the first 3 rounds, he was in a class of his own as far as like the numbers he put up. Like it was crazy.
No, he definitely was playing amazing. But another thing I worry about with the Suns, and people sweep it under the rug, but you hear it on other teams. You're like, man, Warriors can't protect the rim. Mavs ain't got no rim protection. The Suns have 0 rim protection at all. I like DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton had a crazy block the other night. Listen, when real drivers turn that corner, DeAndre is not jumping. I watched him in the finals not protect the rim.
Like they got good wings, if anything, not like elite, but like they, Okogie.
Josh Okogie.
Okogie. Terrence Ross.
But he's not someone. See, the thing is, in the playoffs, your rotation shortens so much. I don't know if you can justify 28 minutes of Josh Okogie or 27 minutes of Terrence Ross because, like the Lakers' problem, they are specialists. Terrence Ross not coming in to play defense. Josh Okogie really not coming in to play offense. So when Josh Okogie get up off the bench and the team they're playing puts in, I'm telling you, who are they playing? Yeah, when the Clippers go 6, 7, 8 deep of playoff contributors. Terrence Mann, Robert Covington, people who's been there, done that. Nicholas Batum.
They got a real 11-man rotation.
Yeah, I think you lose so much when they go to that bench because I don't trust anybody past Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. Yeah. And both of them are hurt all the time.
It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting.
Like, you got to check Devin Booker hamstring at the door.
At the door. It's going to be interesting. So, on the other hand,
shout out Bad Money, by the way.
To the 2 MVP candidates real quick. First off, Celtics, 76ers.
Yeah. Bucks.
That's who I'm missing. I was like, did I skip something? Bucks, 76ers, and Cavaliers. Top 4 seeds in the East, more than likely not changing those 4. Look like they're going to stay
shout out Drew Holiday.
Shout out Drew Holiday.
Points, bro.
I was getting to that. Yeah. Do you guys see anybody beating the Bucks, or am I just freaking out and they playing harder than everybody in this game 7?
Listen, I know. I still
because I've been watching them like, man.
I firmly hold the belief. I think the Cavs and the 76ers could do it. I think the 76ers could do it. I don't think the Celtics can. There's just so much going on with the Celtics.
It's a lot, bro.
It's like you pull up to an apartment complex. It's a Tesla outside. It's like something here is not adding up. Like something's just not right. I don't know what's not right about the Celtics, but them Jaylen Brown clips are real. There is something going on behind the scenes. Yeah. When they were like, hey, Jaylen, great standing ovation. I just come to work every day.
They seem so hell-bent on like separating them too, and I don't understand why. Like they weren't great.
Well, that's the Celtics way. But shout out to Ray Allen.
I mean, if you want JT to be your franchise guy, cool. I mean, he is, but like
no. But the Celtics have they used to try to trade Ray Allen. That's why he's leaving. Yeah, because Ray Allen was hitting game-winning shots in the finals. They were still trying to trade him. But I just don't trust the Celtics. I think the 76ers could do it simply because they first have the star power. I think Harden and Embiid, as much as they have struggled in the playoffs, especially, I mean, I think almost no 2 players in the East right now would have such like questions going in like those 2. But first of all, Joel Embiid's going to be the biggest guy on the court at any time. And he also is one of the 4 or 5 people on earth. He could be the best player on the court versus them.
Yep.
There's only a couple people that's going to even reach that peak Giannis is at. So I think having the best player, that could give them a chance. And I still hold tight with the Cavs because of their versatility on defense. I think they have so many different pieces on defense they can help around with. They pose an interesting challenge for someone like Brook Lopez and Giannis who want to help a certain way. Having all those people, especially with Evan Mobley shooting threes, is going to be hard for them to rotate in the backcourt depth of scoring. That is the one thing with the Bucks I worry about, especially even during their title run. I think between the first round of the conference finals, 50% of Chris Middleton games, he didn't go over 20. The other 50%, he was amazing. Yeah. But that depth of scoring in the backcourt, especially in the NBA now where so much scoring comes from there, the Cavs can give you comfortably a 55-point. Yep. And no one have a crazy game. Give you 55 points out of the backcourt. and Drew Holiday got 22, and he trying to figure it out because once somebody didn't show up. So I think the Cavs certainly could do it. Man, no. Toss, bro.
I was like, I know he gonna end it with, man, they look scary.
I say it probably go 7.
Man,
probably go
they
7.
look terrifying, bro. It's just like,
Yeah.
how are you supposed to score for 7 straight games on these niggas, bro?
And how are you gonna, who's gonna muster up the courage to step in front of Giannis for 7 games, bro?
man, oh man,
it's easier than it sounds.
It's way easier, but I am trying so hard to stick with my Philly pick. But dog, the more I see the Bucks and I just see them together,
you
like
better
I
man
saw a
than me.
picture of them on a bench, and I
With
was
the
like,
legs crossed?
I was like, Lord have mercy.
Shout out Joe Ingles, bro. Shout out
Bro,
Joe
they
Ingles.
just they're the most complete basketball team in the league. I think I was saying that about Phoenix last year, which I did feel last year. They were probably the most complete team. This year, I feel like the Bucks are the most complete team. The most complete team does not always win. But the most complete team with a top 3 player usually does win.
Right.
So I'm just not sure how anybody can beat them unless Embiid and Harden. Embiid plays how he has during the regular season, and Harden plays like it's 2017, which I think both things are doable. I think Harden has saved a lot of energy. He's missed a good bit of games. None of the injuries have been anything crazy. It's just been like, I'm 34-year-old injuries.
Right.
So I do think he can turn back the clock, and if he can be a number 2 option to Embiid's number 1, I think Tyrese Maxey is a good enough number 3 option to, if Middleton is where he's been, which I don't think some nice resurgence of Middleton is coming. He's been bad all year. He's been hurt all year, and has translated to bad basketball.
Facts.
I think if Tyrese Maxey, if Embiid can match what Giannis is doing, and James can do a little bit more than Drew is doing on the offensive end, Tyrese as a third option, or Tobias, or them together as a third option, will do a little bit more than Middleton, and that's how I think they get done.
Let me turn back.
But it's hard. That's a hard thing to ask.
Let me turn back the clock. And this is another reason I think the 76ers could beat the Bucks. Is because the lack of depth in their front line versus a player like Joel Embiid, who will command that much attention, not only from you, but from the officials as well. Where I don't want Giannis on Embiid because, Giannis get a reach early. I don't want him on Embiid. He might get another foul. Brook Lopez will get Defensive Player of the Year votes. Maybe Defensive Player of the Year, one of the best rim protections in the league. He can't help the same because you get a foul. 2 7-footers sit down. Bobby Portis is not guarding Embiid. So you have to play a different way against a player just that big. We talked about it, how Shaq changed the NBA where it will be 8 sorry bigs on your bench because you needed them. I worry about the Bucks front court depth with Giannis and Brook Lopez being so important to their defense. And in the playoffs, there are times where you're going to need to play 5 minutes without your star player. Or you're going to need, Brook Lopez got 3. It's 3 minutes left in the half. I can't play him the rest of the half. So, I think that's one thing the 76ers can do. But you mentioned Harden. And I saw it, was it last night or whenever they played, where he was attacking the switch. I see it. It's still there. Where big switch out on him, and it's
still there.
That's still James Harden, bro.
Still James Harden, dog.
And I don't need you to be James Harden for 38 minutes.
Exactly, bro.
But when you're in the game and you get the screen from George Niang and the big switch out on you and Embiid on the bench, go ahead, take your 10 dribbles for him. Don't let nobody stop you, my nigga.
You feel me? You feel me?
Go ahead.
I just have one quick question, then we're gonna jump into some music, and then back to football. MVP. Who do you guys have? Let me do that better for TikTok. 2022, 23 MVP. We have Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, and Giannis. Who do you guys have for your MVP right now today?
So my MVP would be Giannis, but Embiid is absolutely 1,000% going to win.
Okay.
The NBA works in this. It's his turn.
I wanted to be Jokic just because, I'm still super impressed. I don't know why anybody else is. And I guess
love Jokic.
I do understand, with MVPs and other awards, sometimes we get to a whole, this is normal type deal. But with it, like he said, it's leaning. It's his turn, so it's probably going to be Embiid.
Okay, so this is what I'll say. I think it's Giannis. I think, I think Embiid is winning. I think he should win. The only reason I do think Embiid should win is because if Not if Giannis missed
games.
Giannis missed a bunch of games in the bulk of the season. Joel has missed a couple back on the back end, but in the bulk of the season, Giannis missed the games, and they were like
win streaks. Yeah,
they were on a 20-2 win streak with him. 20-22 in their last 22 without him. Jokic, I think the only reason he is not winning this year is because he won last year. So I think he would have been a 2-time MVP at some point. Right. It just happened to be back to back. And I think they probably realized they're going to flip. We're going to look back on history and be like, all right, these two awards should have been flip flopped, and that's it. So, I have Joel Embiid. But onto some music and another question to start this off. Me and Javante and Tyrone were talking. And it was a conversation I think we've had on here before, but it's been a while. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it's been since Tyler has dropped. Mm-hmm. And with Tyler dropping tomorrow, DJ Drama dropping tomorrow, Tyler doing the intro to DJ Drama's album, I wanted to pose the question of, if you had to rank the top 6 artists of our generation since 2010, your 6 options are Drake, Tyler, Future, Young Thug, J. Cole, and Kendrick.
Okay.
What is the order and why? Either of you can go first.
Drake. You said 2010?
2010.
Hold on, let me.
Well, when they started. Drake started in 2009, right?
I think, yeah.
Damn, that's like 13 years.
Yeah.
I can't not give Drake one.
Well, I can. I'm going to go Future 1. Then I'm going to go Drake, Thug. Who are the other names?
J. Cole, Tyler.
Kendrick, J. Cole. No, sorry. Kendrick, Tyler, J. Cole last.
Okay.
Give me. I was trying to type out the name so I could. Hold on. You said.
Six a lot to visualize.
Drake, Future, Thug, Tyler, Kendrick, Cole.
Yeah.
It's funny because you kind of got them in order, basically.
Yeah,
so I would. That was low-key order. That's low-key how I would list it. Like, I probably would put Cole above Kendrick just because of the quantity of music that he's dropped within the time period. Where did you have Tyler? Like 4th behind?
I had him above Cole, under Kendrick.
Okay. So I would have Drake. You give me Future at 2. You give me Thug at 3. I'll go Tyler 4. Cole 5. Kendrick 6.
Yeah.
All right. So I have Drake 1. I have Kendrick 2. Future 3. Thug 4. Cole 5, Tyler 6. I did not tell Javante that. So, if Javante, if you're hearing this, I was lying.
Right now. Do you know how mad Javante's going to be when he
Hey, listen. No lie, he started the question. I was about, are we about to talk about how he got mad? How Tyrone got mad that he eats meatballs in his spaghetti?
You can go ahead.
So, the 13 years, so I posted something in the group chat a couple days ago. Where I asked how many years Tyler has been the best rapper alive, just to see how many years you could really argue. Because I think 13, because from 2010 to now is 13. I think since 2017 he has a case. If you take from 2017 now to 2013, Tyler has an argument for the best rapper alive. So if we do it in, let's say, the last 5-6 years, how would those rankings change?
From
2017 to now,
Cole and Kendrick will still be at the bottom of my list again because of quantity.
I will say Kendrick did drop in 2017, so that was
did drop in 2017. Okay,
if we're switching the list, I'm probably gonna keep Drake at 1. I'm gonna put Thug at 2. I'm gonna put Future at 3 and Cole at 4 because I think. Since 17, both of those Dreamer tapes have come out, and the fall off season came out. All 3 incredible projects. And then I would go Tyler, Kendrick. Yeah, Tyler and Kendrick to close that out.
It's crazy. I think I would have Tyler maybe 3. I wouldn't have. First of all, I definitely wouldn't have Drake above him. I think between 2017 to now, Drake's catalog in that time would be hard to justify him above him.
I might be wrong.
I would have Thug probably 1. Tyler probably 2. Future 3. Then I would have Drake. Then I would have Kendrick. Then I would have Cole. But I think it's a super strong case for Thug to be 1 or 2 and Tyler to be 1 or 2 from 20, because that's Flower Boy pushing on.
I was about to say, bro, I think I'm gonna change my thing. I think I'm gonna change my list to Tyler at 1 because Flower Boy. So you said rapper. So let me. Ish asked who if Ish asked.
Oh yeah, I
said
so how many years has Tyler been the best rapper alive?
And I said he doesn't have an argument only because he hasn't dropped enough rap music. But this, which I still do agree with. If we want to debate that, we can. But for this argument, if we're just talking about everything he released, bro. Flower Boy, Igor, and Call Me If You Get Lost are 3 perfect albums.
Yep.
From start to finish. No skips.
Yep.
No skips in 3 albums. He hasn't done a lot of features, but Okra has come out since then.
He got a couple Griselda features.
He got a couple Griselda features. He has the features on, I don't know if you have.
21, Cash In, Cash Out.
The one with
Pharrell,
Maxo Cream.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, he has a few out. I would have to go look. Cause so much fun and punk back to back is real crazy.
Well, listen,
real crazy.
Thug and Tyler, if we shrink it, boom, shrink it. Thug and Tyler right there.
And Beautiful Thugger Girls was 17.
Exactly.
So I don't know. Thug, it would be them 2, 1 and 2, and then I would Future and Drake 3 and 4, and then Kendrick and Cole would be 5 and 6. Yep. Yeah, for sure. But I have a question. So I want to start there. Why don't you have Drake 1? From 10 to since they've come out. Why don't you have Drake 1?
Damn, Future, man. I would have to have Future because I think that this like the time period. So from 2010 to 2013, I think Drake first half of that is fucking crazy. Mm-hmm. But I think we hit a point from views, and we talk about this all the time. Views down, all the albums slope that way as well. And then we get a resurgence closer at the end with Certified Lover Boy and Her Loss. But I think in that period where we got 2 or 3 projects where this nigga went 5 albums without a bad song to half the album I'm not saving. Yeah. Really hurt.
I still have not listened to. I don't remember the last time I've listened to More Life as a complete project since it dropped.
And that's the thing. Every album will have the Drake highs. Mm-hmm. The more Life is still gonna have Teenage Fever.
Yep.
Do Not Disturb.
Sacrifices Do Not Disturb.
What's the joint he dropped in the pandemic? What was the album?
Dark Lane.
Dark Lane. Even that's gonna have a Chicago freestyle. Yeah. Everyone is gonna give you one of these amazing records.
Drake.
Yeah, it's Drake. The difference was the bottom became so much lower for Drake, where it's either really hitting or it's really missing. It used to be no matter what. Even if you did not like the song, it was a good song. Yeah. Even if it wasn't the best song out, it was a great song.
It was like a preference thing, yeah.
Exactly. He went 5 or 6 albums where you did not need to skip a song. Okay. And with Future, he may have not went 5 or 6 albums without a skippable song, but Future has at least remained consistent throughout that time where making hits, making the same type of music, making a bunch of different music with a bunch of different people as well.
But I was about to say, like, I would have Future 1 on my list if we shrink it to that 2017, 2023, just because we got Future, we got Hendrix, what was it, Wizard? Like it's a lot of like crazy like Future albums, bro. Like a lot of
Future work.
Future work.
So don't take no time
to me, and I'll say it to people, and sometimes they don't agree. To me, Future's only like he's only had 2 misses in his discography for me since like I guess his Rebirth, and to me that's the Evil album, but that was 2016. Yeah. And then I didn't really like Save Me outside of like 3 songs.
Save Me wasn't good. Beast Mode 2 wasn't great either.
Save Me was straight.
I loved Beast Mode 2.
Beast Mode 2 wasn't great.
Beast Mode 2.
It was cool. Like, there's some good songs in there, but it's not.
You know how we used to say that thing where we say, like, if you're going to name an album, you shouldn't name it, like, a sequel because it might, like, disappoint some people?
I think Future's problem is, and we live in Atlanta, and I think we get we hear more Future. We see more.
I for sure consume more Future than the average.
Definitely.
We see more positive. I was listening to Honest on the way here for no reason. Bro, the whole album. I was
listening to Future before the resurgence.
What am I listening to Honest for, dog?
My dad used to play his music picking me up from school, dog. Like that's how I got on the Future.
So we a little bit different when it comes to Future down here. But when I'm thinking about Future, I think something that we get lost just because we in Atlanta is people don't be listening to full albums. Like,
exactly.
I think he has that Drake quality where he's Future, so he's gonna give you 3 or 4 that's nuts. Right. But I think like the Wizard has some super high highs, but the lows are the lows. High Off Life is the same way, and I think just because we love Future so much, we just pretend that shit don't exist.
Yeah, and listen, High Off, like, you right, because it's like 3 or 4 songs on High Off Life.
That are ridiculous.
It's hard to choose one. Trillionaires,
but man,
as far as Drake goes. So I said since he started, and the issue is Drake started a really long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we started so far.
09, I think.
So far gone.
08
Take
or
Me
09.
Later, Take Care. Nothing was the same. If you're reading this, What a Time to Be Alive and Views was 29 to 2016.
Yep.
I think that alone kind of solidifies him in the #1 spot. Honestly. And then you talk about the future. You talk about the numbers. You talk about the features run he's been on. You talk about the artists he has birthed, the artist careers he has helped, the sustained level of consistency. Although, like, he dropped 6 perfect albums and then dropped some okay albums with 10 all-time classic songs between the two. So it's like, man, are we nitpicking?
The first
and then Her Loss came out. So
the Celtics are up 40 on the Bucks right now, bro. Like, is somebody not playing?
That's lit. Thank God I'm not working tonight. But, so the first 7 years of Drake are, man, that's what I'm saying.
All time. Like, it's all time.
It's almost as good as it gets for your first 7
Oh, no,
projects.
Giannis is playing.
Oh, Giannis is playing. Shout out to him. But it's so hard on the tail end for me to just skip past those. I don't know. And especially, like, even recently, like, you know, I like some, honestly, never mind. But I like Her Loss a lot more.
yes.
Yeah.
And it kind of, you know, shows.
I cannot stop
duality
playing
of
Her
Drake,
Loss,
where it's
bro.
like,
Like,
man, you know, if he just, Drake when he's locked in.
Yeah. That's who it applies to.
That's the name of the song.
Drake when he's locked in, bro.
Yeah.
When he's locked in.
Yeah.
It's Future and Drake. I think Kendrick has a spot for #2 because I think Good Kid, Mad City is one of the 3 best albums that's ever come out in the history of life. Yeah. So that.
Who's my 2? Oh, I had Drake 2.
Yeah.
Just the short
Drake 2 is crazy. Since 2009, bro, like, I don't even know if Future would say he's
2009, bro. No.
Money to Blow, Bedrock, all of that was early. Above it, all that early Wayne shit.
I gotta go Drake 1 and Kendrick 2.
This the shortened period or is still
this is the extended time. So
extended
we're saying
time.
beginning of Kendrick career, there's a lot of people that you can look in Kendrick's discography, especially if you include the mixtapes.
Yeah.
Where I would put him up
it's
there.
I don't know, I gotta find it again, but there's a crazy like Kendrick unreleased mixtape with a whole bunch of
one?
No.
He has a couple different inspiration tapes.
Yes.
Nah, so it's not that one. Like it's I gotta find it, but like it's one with like all of the hard parts on it besides like 4 because that was early. Yeah, like it's crazy.
Kendrick, so much of Kendrick's music is like unreleased. But.
Yeah. It's hard, bro. Like it's these 6 best. They're the 6 best. I don't think it's even a 7 to really that's close to him. I think if we probably did a 7, it'd probably be Nicki, honestly. It'd be Nicki or Meek probably since 29. I mean, I keep saying that. 09, 08 or 09. Yeah, I would say Nicki or probably Meek would be the 7.
I still throw Ye in there.
I was about to say I'd still throw
I'm taking him out because he's Kanye West. Like it's like he's the best.
He didn't because he didn't start in 09.
Yeah, he's the best over.
It's like I can't throw Hove in there too.
Yeah. Like,
then it gets unfair.
If we're throwing Ye in there, yeah for sure. Like if you look at what he's done since 09, my nigga, like it's some conversation.
09 is my beautiful.
We can argue one.
Watch the Throne.
We can argue one if we wanted to for Kanye West. That's how it is.
He did that in 16 months. Watch the Throne.
That's stupid. Like it's stupid. So yeah, that was a fun conversation we should have.
I do have a question. I thought about this on the way here.
Okay.
Outkast or Genie Unit, 20 songs.
So I'm glad you asked this question. I have been familiarizing myself with G-Unit this year. I've been familiarizing myself with 50 Cent because I got to understand. I saw the impact. I know what that was. Yeah. I remember who 50 Cent was as a 5-6-year-old. So I know the impact was crazy. I've seen the videos. I just wanted to know, like, do people really like his music or is just this, like, some myth? Besides Get Rich. Get Rich is one of the best albums ever. But I don't know now. Now that I know, I don't know. Like,
listen.
G-Unit's music is crazy, bro.
And I was listening to Hate It to Love It this morning.
I haven't gotten to all of it.
Tony Yayo.
There's a G-Unit version of that too, bro. Like
Tony Yayo.
I think I know what he's talking about.
A lot of them listen, 50 fed a lot of niggas for a little bit.
Man,
he was feeding,
man.
Shout out 50, bro.
Listen, bro.
Hey, shout out 50. Get me on one of them shows, my nigga. 50. Get me on one of them shows. I want to fuck Lala too. I don't care who I gotta get in contact with. Have your people call my people.
We're out here.
Oh shit! Bella will be pissed when he sees this.
Oh my god. So,
yo, she be on the internet telling people about opportunity and shit. And like, she just on it. Never mind.
You know how crazy it'd be to buy a bitch a body she leave you. Like, I get what Dirk was saying, bro. Put them titties on the table. Bitch. I don't know where you going. Nigga Dirk said, "Give me that ass back." That's crazy. I'm keeping the receipt. Tell Dr. Miami ass pull up. Put that bitch on put that ass on a bitch that's grateful. I could you, bro? She on every time I see Lala, she naked, bro.
Yo, transferring a bitch ass to another bitch is crazy. Yo,
come on, bro.
Yo, laying them down next to each other like a transplant.
Yeah,
like what?
I'm leaving. Where you going with my shit?
That's some Grey's Anatomy shit. Like,
nah, I'm telling you.
Oh, yo, Mary.
Oh, you want a divorce? She got the house. Tell her to take all that shit off. I need what I paid.
He said, get it out the mud.
Yeah. Oh,
you
shit.
said it was an investment. It didn't work out.
That's funny. So in a couple hours, 2.5 hours to be exact, Drama and
Mello will pull up on me.
You know he ain't doing nothing. My bad, Mello. That was ridiculous. I shouldn't have said that. I love you, Mello.
He might need to be blackballed this Lala. We gotta get her out there in this shit.
She is literally being blackballed.
I'm the first actress to not need OnlyFans. Like she just
Okay, all right, we're done. I'm sorry, my bad, y'all. My bad, Mom, if you ever hear this. But
oh my god, when the last time you seen a scene with Lala she wasn't naked?
Think like a man.
And even in that shit, she was talking about getting naked. That's crazy. I didn't mean to get into this Lala I hate. I just wanted to throw it out there.
Shit. Okay. So 2.5 hours, Drama will be releasing a new album. I'm really like that crazy album title, especially after the run he's been on. Everybody's on the album. If you've ever heard them rap, they're on the album. Nipsey Hussle, Wayne, Gucci, Roddy Ricch. Oh God, Roddy Ricch, Baby, A Boogie with the Hoodie, L.A. Russell. Shout out to L.A. Russell, independent artist, really making a name for himself out there. So shout out to bro for real. Who else? Let me get the track up. Offset, Moneybag Yo, Benny the Butcher, Jim Jones, Jack Harlow, Wiz Khalifa, T.I., Simba, Mozzie, G Herbo, Vori, Rick Ross, Westside Gun, 42 Doug, Lil Uzi, Jeezy, Blast, and I think I named everybody. Like I said, oh yeah, Sahai, Trouble, Boosie, badass motherfucker. Yeah, Boosie, nigga. Let's go. So yeah, crazy track list. Only 14 songs. So I'm not expecting a long album. I'm expecting Drama shit talking to be at an all-time high. And that track list does look promising, and it looks interesting because a lot of those songs really like Gucci, Roddy, and Wayne's like but I do see the Ross and Westside Gun. Oh, that makes sense. So I am excited to see what he comes with this because he's been so hot. Like I said last week, I'm expecting these verses to be really some real verses, shit people care about. And I am excited. And then on the other hand, Tyler is dropping, along with the intro, he is doing a deluxe to his album called The Real Estate Sale, which is Tyler-esque. Great. He has dropped 2 videos, Dogtooth and Sorry Not Sorry. Sorry, I like Dogtooth, but Sorry Not Sorry is absurd. And the video is amazing. He is showing you that he's going where the eras are going. He killed all his eras, killed the last Call Me If You Get Lost era, so you know its album is coming this year, you know it, and I think this is kind of the rollout to the album. I see him dropping probably June.
Question, did you watch the Hulu thing?
No, I have not. That was something I plan to do this weekend. We'll talk about it next week.
Is that the interview yet?
Yeah, the rap caviar.
Okay. Yes. I need to watch that. So, what are y'all expecting before we...
So first, it's weird. I thought you were gonna ask like what's like surprise feature, but not like surprise like what feature.
Tell me. Okay.
So I was reading the list. You know what name jumped out at me? Vori.
Okay.
Someone who has been on big albums before, of course, naturally with Donda, but you don't hear a lot of. I'm real happy that they're getting this opportunity to get on this song here because it really might be crazy. This is a perfect album. I think you said this Sunday was on. This is the perfect album if you really like that.
Yes.
If you really like that,
100%.
this is the perfect album to get on one of these songs because I don't think anybody's going to be playing on this album. The intro is going to be called Legendary.
Yes.
I doubt Tyler's going to disappoint on that.
Playing the bass on it too. Shout out to real artists, my nigga.
This is crazy, right? So the two singles that he dropped, Sorry Not Sorry and Dogtooth. I love both. I thought he was skating on Dogtooth. I ain't gonna lie. He was going crazy.
He was.
Talk about the Enzo Barely from my leg. Listen, I love hearing Tyler create.
He is crazy.
I'm not sure. Did he say how many songs the deluxe is gonna be?
So the max is 8 because Call Me If You Get Lost is 16 songs, and the dog, when he posted on Instagram, it said 24 next to it. Okay. And when he was doing that with the Call of Duty Lost, it was a track title. So the most we are getting is 8, which is a lot. That's damn near an album. That's an album for me, shit.
Listen, niggas finna heat up in the music community.
I'm finna listen to it on the way home.
I'm saving the Tyler stuff for the flight tomorrow morning. Okay. And I might, if I'm
listen
up,
to Tyler pulling into LA some flex, nigga. Flex.
Yeah.
Tell me what you doing. Tell me what you doing.
I listen. Daniel's artist on the way here. I was listening to Call Me If You Get Lost on the way here.
I heard it.
Listen, it was 80 degrees outside.
Come on.
I had the windows
down.
Yeah, different.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
But I was about to say I'm looking forward to the drama album, just because sometimes, and DJ Khaled kind of lost it for me, but sometimes I enjoy like DJ albums because you put a lot of different like voices together.
Right.
So to me, that's the most fun, and like seeing like the names on there. It's some people who I wouldn't typically listen to, but because of the name associated with it, I'm gonna give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what DJ Drama's done for like hip hop and for rap or whatever. So like, I'm excited to see it.
Shout out to him for giving Jack Harlow his own song. I can't wait to skip that.
That's hard. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a chance. It might be hard. Mockingbird Valley. That's a hard ass title.
That is a crazy title.
I'll let y'all drive over that hill. We'll see. We'll see if it's safe.
It's gonna hear the opening line and cut it off.
Niggas need to get with the program because y'all ain't got the program. I'm so tired of memorizing timestamps on niggas' songs. Like, there's no reason I should know Drake's verse starts literally in the middle of the song. Like, I know the timestamp the nigga go, yeah. Like, it shouldn't be like that.
My granddad had a heart attack. Pull 100K out. So guess what I'm not gonna do? Pull 100K out.
Hey, I be rapping.
Bad rapper.
It's crazy. I be rapping that whole song.
That might be one of the worst verses.
And I ain't gonna lie. Like, listen, I be rapping it, but it makes no sense. Like, why? I mean, what's the correlation, fam?
Like nobody looked at you like, huh?
My favorite bar was these niggas think they know Jack, but they don't know Jack, man. Like, is this nigga fucking serious right now? He don't hear what Drake talking on his song?
Bro, none of his niggas was like, hey, maybe you should redo this, bro. Like, maybe. I'm not saying you got to, but it probably be in your best interest.
Yo, ain't Drewski his best friend? You should be like, yo, like,
yeah, shout out Drewski.
Let me talk to you, bro.
Like, music? You think some shit Drewski really invested in?
Oh no, somebody got to talk to him.
But
I ain't gonna lie.
The problem is he not signed to Could Have Been Records. He not getting no free advice. He wants some help. He need to sign that deal.
Oh my god.
So
I was about to ask, do y'all think the drama album? Because I know he mentioned like it's a lot of people you want to work with, like as far as giving them a DJ drama mixtape. Like, do y'all think this is the beginning of that?
Oh yeah, no, it's like 8 or 9. It's a bunch of DJ drama tapes.
It's a lineup coming after that.
But
I went on Twitter a couple months ago and said like
he's on the deluxe of this.
Yeah, he's
and
on
he has Pusha coming. He has.
There's a bunch of people.
I think he got one with Currency coming.
He got one. No, that's Metro. I'm tweeting.
Yeah, I was about to say between him and Metro, like I know it's a lot of stuff coming.
Oh, Metro got an album coming with Jid. That's gonna be hard.
Got one with Jid, Future.
He got one with Future.
The Spider-Verse.
Supposed to have one with Auto Dirk is supposed to finally come out. He did do Spider-Verse. That's gonna be nuts. Shout out to Metro Dog. Dog.
So I do want to shout out DJ Drama one more time. That promo has been hilarious.
No, it's great.
The Juice promo has been so fucking
amazing, bro.
Yo, and shout out to Cass too for the niggas acting it out again. I might have to go home and watch Juice.
Bro, shout out to all of them. I probably should watch Juice for the first time. But
no, listen, no exaggeration. So you know I don't watch scary movies. Juice might be the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life.
That shit is kind of scary.
Juice is
for real.
No,
Yes.
that Tupac. Listen, niggas be like Tupac was a better actor than a rapper. No exaggeration. That movie is terrifying. Like,
Listen to him tell you why, bro.
That movie, the reason I don't trust niggas.
You need to tell him why because hey,
I'm gonna watch it. No.
I don't want to tell you.
Yeah.
I went into Juice kind of like the same, where like you kind of know the movie, but you've never watched it to see what's going on. I listen. I want you. I can't wait for Dan to watch that shit.
I'm gonna watch.
You gonna know the exact scene when you see it.
It's a couple scenes where you're like, oh, this nigga's like Michael Myers. Like, okay, he's there. Like,
Okay.
That shit is crazy, bro.
yo, shout out to the original cast for doing that shit, like getting all that together.
Hard.
Yeah.
And shout out to Drama for really rolling an album out, bro.
I always appreciate
that, bro. Like I really
trying,
appreciate
bro.
that. Like, and I am excited for this Drama album because I know he care. Like it's the Steph Braun clutch game moment. Like I know you gonna deliver. We talk about it all the time. We Kanye, Beyonce, we know you gonna deliver. And Drama, one of those guys. Like I know because of how you feel about rap, you gonna put something out that niggas gonna want to hear because you wouldn't put it out if it wasn't.
And listen to the niggas on this track list. As compared to a DJ Khaled track list, it's nothing but niggas that care on this track list.
Come on,
it's not no French Montana verse that got flown in last night. Like these are niggas who really lock in.
I was about to say, I think that's where he lost it. I'm not saying Drama might have did this, but like, I think at one point he was getting those people in the studio to do them. Like I think that's what Khaled. Yeah, like I think that's what he was actually doing.
So what happened to Khaled? It was just certain things don't scale equally. So they worked so well they weren't able to do it because I got Drake and Wayne on these songs, but they weren't the biggest artists in the world when I got them. So now that they the biggest artists in the world, this nigga tour 8 months out the year. He on vacation too. It's hard for me to really tie him down in the studio like I could when he was a little nigga on tour.
Exactly. And remember back in those days, the early DJ Khaled album days, he was Cash Money. Like he was with them. Do you remember the music videos?
Yeah.
When they would just pop up in each other's videos, they would just be there.
Listen,
Birdman is in 150 music videos. He has no part in the song.
Rick Ross jumping off that bridge is still the funniest shit to me. He was getting a speeding ticket.
One of the things we need, like when we start getting high quality editors, is like little pop-ins for Cash Money references. Because add Khaled to the list of niggas y'all did not know was on Cash Money for real.
Talking about
I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know to that Idols and Rivals came out.
He was on Cash Money, bro. So I think DJ Khaled's problem is I don't even think his albums have been bad. I think people OD on DJ Khaled. I'm not gonna fact. I think people going to DJ Khaled expecting the best movie ever. Best music ever. It's like, man, nigga, it's 6 niggas on this song, bro. Like, what did you expect?
You know what Khaled albums remind me of? Like when I used to complain about Logan, niggas be like, bro, that's a superhero movie. Niggas be listening to DJ Khaled like, man, where's the narrative structure, bro? Like, man, you listening to a Khaled album, like,
like be for real.
Like, shout out Hip Hop by the Numbers. They run a great page, but Khaled dropped his album and they counting the features like, wow, look how disjointed this album is. Nigga, it's a DJ Khaled album.
Like, what you want him to rap?
Yeah.
DJ Khaled is literally rapped one time, by the way. Like on the
All I Do Is Win.
Yeah, that's it.
So I don't know why people do that to DJ Khaled. And truth be told, bro, God didn't have a skip on it.
That's a fact.
And before I continue, in my opinion and how I judge music, there are albums with no skips that are not perfect albums.
Yeah.
There are albums that don't have bad songs on them, but the songs just aren't all 9 or 10 out of 10. That's one of those albums.
Definitely.
It's all those songs are pretty good. Some of them are crazy.
Yeah.
So y'all be doing DJ Khaled dirty and y'all don't need to. And he golfing now, by the way.
Shout out DJ Khaled, bro.
Let's go golfing.
Snapchat ain't never been the same since DJ Khaled
Never.
took a break.
Man.
But before we go, one more question.
Yeah.
Switching back over to music. Very excited for everything. We will have reviews for you next week. Lamar Jackson. Do want to end with this. We don't have to stay too long because we pretty much have touched on it in every show in the past 3 weeks. But he has officially requested a trade. He has let some tweets come out to let you know where he is standing. He has said that nobody has said a right number about the amount he's offered.
Right.
He said his contract that he did get was bullshit pretty much. And every team that needs a quarterback has said, we're not signing Lamar Jackson. What is going on? Right. And where do you think he is going to end up?
It took me like 48 hours for real to figure it out. But again, for the fourth or fifth time in this saga, the media is being manipulated by the Baltimore Ravens. Because I was racking my brain, like, why wouldn't any of these teams go after Lamar right now? Falcons with a great draft pick. Patriots. Commanders. All these teams draft picks. And then I realized, and I heard someone say it on a show, but like off, like, just backhandedly. So if teams wait till after the draft, that first that you automatically have to send to the Ravens is no longer the first from you being a trash team last year. So, of course, there's no interest in Lamar right before the draft because teams are still, first, we may get a quarterback in the draft. Second, even if we don't, if I'm the Falcons, we was ass all last year. I'm not going to give you that pick when I could wait 2 weeks, structure it in a way where y'all can't match it anyway. And if you do, it's cooked. And then I can still get Lamar. And instead of sending you the 15th pick in the draft, I got Lamar Jackson in Atlanta, or I got Lamar Jackson in New England. We a 13-win team. You just got 28 picks for Lamar Jackson. So I think right now, it was so the problem is, and you know what? I'm actually coming around. Not having an agent in this way is you lose the first media war. Because everyone is listening to what one side is saying.
Wow.
So
excellent point.
So people on TV like, man, this is so much quieter than we expected. Well, in reality, not really, because it wouldn't make sense to trade for him now.
Yeah.
So I think only a couple. I think Nick Wright's been the only person that said he's a free agent. If he skips camp, they can't find him. If he skips games, they can't. He literally does not have to sign this tag. So if he wants to wait till after the draft, preseason, and then we start negotiating, and then once you've made your draft picks and you sign them, and once you've added these free agents and you sign them, then I sign the max deal that's guaranteed, that's maybe guaranteed, maybe not, but you can't match it anyway. A lot of teams, the hurdles are they got to be able to match it, and you got to send the first round pick. But if you just wait a month, neither of those are a problem. And waiting a month isn't a problem for Lamar or a team that needs Lamar because they're in no rush anyway.
All right, so I hadn't thought about anything you said. Okay, I'm lying. But not in the way you just explained it. I was like, I think people are waiting until after the draft, but I couldn't figure out why, and that makes perfect sense. So I will just follow up with that do you think that all the teams are coming out and saying, hey, we're not interested in Lamar to kind of hold the leverage to the rest of the NFL versus the Baltimore have in the NFL? Because if all of these teams were aggressive, now we can just take the highest draft pick, or the highest two draft picks, are the best player we can get. And now it's like, Lamar already said he's not playing for you. Lamar's pretty much said, I'm done with the Ravens. I'm not playing another snap with them. He has requested a trade, so he's not playing there anymore. Yeah, I don't even think if they offer him a good contract, he would stay. No. So if that's the case, and I think people around the NFL would know that. I'm pretty sure, almost 100% sure that they would know that. I think knowing that makes your point 100% valid. That it's like, dog, why are we trading the pick this year and we can just wait the next year? And that makes sense.
Another thing, especially with the Deshaun Watson thing, especially as a Falcon fan, you can appreciate this is once one team said we were in, either your team was 100% committed to not only negotiating with Deshaun, knowing other teams were locked in, that y'all need to pay this price right now. And the problem is when 4 or 5 teams all say we need this one guy, the leverage go from, okay, he demanded a trade like Lamar, okay, nobody's going to give him this deal. If 3 teams all want Lamar and they go 100% in, he's 1,000% getting that deal. Because people NFL owners are like, well, we don't want to give people this deal. The problem is there are other owners in the league that care more about winning than remaining friends with the other owners. And that's why I've seen the tweets. The Bill Belichick, we're out on the Patriots. Listen, nobody knows anything in the building of New England except Bill Belichick, first of all. Because niggas couldn't tell me. Niggas didn't know we was signing to DC and OC either. Niggas don't know nothing that's going on behind them doors. And I would not be surprised if you saw an established owner like Robert Kraft say, you know what? Y'all niggas did it already. I let Tom Brady walk out the door. I care more about my fans and winning than I do about remaining your friends and giving him the deal. And I also, listen, I don't know if you saw this in the Madden chat. Somebody else posed an interesting scenario. What if I'm the Bengals owner and I say, you know what?
Get Joe Burrow.
I'm tired of Lamar in the division anyway. I believe in our quarterback. Let's give Joe Burrow 300 right now and guarantee it in your division. So now it's just
nail in the coffin.
Now this is the standard. See, now you gotta give it to him. Listen, it hurts you. Listen, y'all don't want to give y'all quarterback the deal. We want to. Fuck it. Pay Joe Burrow $20 more million than he was anyway.
Yep.
And really put that pressure.
Listen,
on him.
if that happens, it's over with. Because
before you go, where does he end up?
Oh no.
Go ahead.
It's tough for me to say because everybody that kind of needs him is saying they're out. I know this is it's probably not probable, but I don't know why the Aaron Rodgers and Jets thing is stalling. If the Packers somehow decide that's not where they want to go and they don't want to trade Aaron Rodgers there, which is entirely possible, I would. Lamar in New York would be crazy.
So the thing,
I don't think they have that much leverage.
This is why I love Aaron Rodgers.
They do,
and we can switch to them because Aaron Rodgers is the type of personality, unlike Derek Carr, where you can't meet with Lamar after meeting with Aaron Rodgers. So even if they are meeting with Lamar, they can't let it come out because Aaron Rodgers is 90% retired. If he hears you're meeting with Lamar Jackson, 10% not that much to cover. He don't want to come anyway. But we were going to get into leverage with the so why don't you think the Packers have leverage? Me personally, it's just one, he's already – it's true, they don't have to trade him. But you want the money off the books at this point. But he's already stated he doesn't want to play there. That's true. At this point, he said prior to going into the dark room, because I watched the whole Pat McAfee thing, he said before going into the dark room, he was 90% retirement, 10% playing. But once he got back, he realized, I still want to play, but, I want to move on from the Packers at this point. So, listen, you don't owe him anything, but you owe it to your own organization to, go ahead and move on and start, getting pieces. I do agree, usually. The only reason I disagree now is because if this were a different team, you would need to alleviate that cap hit so you could go get a quarterback. But they're paying a quarterback nothing now anyway. So this is why I think the Packers had the most leverage is the Jets. You have said 1,000% this is our guy. We're signing Alan Lazard, Sauce Gardner. We making these videos. All right, so run me the first round pick. The Jets say no. So, okay, we'll put him on the bench for the season, and y'all can start Zach Wilson. And the Jets have no recourse because Derek Carr's gone. You could try to Then you have to. It would either be send me this first round pick, or send your next 2 first round picks to Baltimore. I was about to say to me, but
Lamar is 26.
Oh no, Lamar is 1,000,000% the better option. Yeah, but the Jets, the order that they did this in was wrong.
100%.
Lamar should have been the first option.
Yes.
Before you're flying out with your ownership and hiring Nathaniel Hackett to run your offense, you should maybe kick the tires on the 26-year-old MVP quarterback. Because I'm sure you saw his argument when he was in the chat. At his peak, if Aaron Rodgers woke up tomorrow, 1,000,000% a Jet, 1,000,000% better to go, they'd have maybe the 5th best quarterback, 6th best quarterback. And that's being generous to the quarterbacks that were better than him last year already.
Yes.
Those quarterbacks would literally have to take a step back. Yes. Because all the quarterbacks that were better than him, none were older than him. No. People the Jets. I understand the Jets have more weapons than the Packers, for sure. But it's not, at the end of the year, Christian Watson had a lot of touchdowns. Yeah.
He improved a lot for them. That's what I will say.
The Jets have a really good defense.
And they got a draft coming up.
You know who else had a really good defense? Packers. Jets had a really good running game. You know who else had a really good running game?
Packers.
With 2 starting running backs?
Packers.
The Packers. And you couldn't win the division with Jared Goff and Justin Fields. You can go to Josh Allen division because you're not going to be the first best team. Miami just added Jalen Ramsey. You're not going to be the second best team. And if the problem with the Jets is if you double down and go get Aaron Rodgers.
What if the Patriots get
What if Bill Belichick's like, I don't have a choice now? Every other team in the division has a superstar quarterback. Fuck it. We got to give Lamar $250. Now you're the worst team with, you did have a bunch of free money because you drafted well. But now you don't because you got to give Aaron Rodgers $40 million. And then what? We draft another quarterback because he retires because he went 9-7.
Yeah. See, I was about to say the only other thing about that is they say the Jets want some type of compensation just in case he decides like, hey, like this is a one and done type thing.
Yeah.
So
I
was gonna say I don't know where that goes. To me, the Jets' best option if they don't get Aaron Rodgers, like it sucks to say, I'd sit through another year of Zach Wilson. But only because the next quarterback class is so much better.
No, I agree. Listen.
You will not.
See, the thing with bad organizations is, I say this all the time, you get to watch them make bad organization moves in real time. If you didn't publicly castrate Zach Wilson and take him off the depth chart after 1 week of bad football, well, I won't say 1 week of bad football.
It was a lot of bad football.
No, but like the one snapping week that did it, like you were
it was a press conference.
Yeah, you were so angry that you took him off the depth chart. The whole team hates him. We hate Zach Wilson. The problem is, especially in NFL, you may need that nigga later. Mm-hmm. So when you, like the same person who helped you beat the Buffalo Bills, maybe when Mike White broke his ribs, maybe he could have helped y'all for a couple games. But you've burned that bridge so much, not only with Zach Wilson, but the fans too. Mm-hmm. That's the difference between playing in New York and playing in Green Bay. Mm-hmm. Once you get benched in New York for real, niggas don't want you coming back because you were benched for a reason.
Yeah.
They don't want, like, all right, we tried to hit Rodgers, we tried to hit Lamar. We didn't get anybody, guys. Let's just get, hey, come on, Zach. Like, that shit would go super down here early. Listen, you know what? Maybe they playing 4D chess to get Caleb Williams to New York.
I will say this. First off, jump back to Lamar real quick. Mm-hmm. There's one team that has now said they're out on him.
Don't say it, bro. Don't you fucking say it.
And they haven't said it because they're the one team that I know for a fact
don't you fucking
cares about winning. And they also have the best offense and the best defense in football. And I think Lamar will be in San Francisco next year, and they will win.
I don't think they have they don't have anything to get. No, they have money,
draft picks, and they have
draft picks though.
In the CMC trade, they got draft picks back.
Yes,
they got ones back.
I think they have their future ones. That's the thing, they can do it after the draft and trade their future ones.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they had ones because I felt like they gave up a lot for Trey Lance,
and they can give them Trey Lance. And say, here's a quarterback.
Yeah.
You already have a good backup. So here's a quarterback that we, for 3 years, have thought was going to be a starting quarterback. He just hasn't gotten to play. He's not injury prone. He had a freak accident the first year he didn't play. So now he's on year 3. He's learned the system. He's learned the playbook. You can get him in with fresh receivers. Your organization get a fresh start. I'll give you 2 second rounders, a third rounder, and a fifth rounder. Trey Lance. And you can have one of my offensive linemen or defensive linemen. You give me Lamar Jackson, they pay him that contract. I think he's going to end up in San Francisco. I think all those teams that have said they are out on him are really out. I think the only 2 teams that will sign him are the 49ers and the Patriots. I think the Patriots is exactly what Ish said.
Did the Lions say they were out?
The Patriots are never out. They said they're rolling with Goff, and he's earned the right to be a starter. Cool. So, yeah, I think, as Ish said, nobody knows what the Patriots are doing except for Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft. So I don't think they're out. I just think that was what they were supposed to say then.
Yeah.
The Falcons, I really do think are out because I think they're a bad organization. The Commanders, I think, are out because I think they're a bad organization. And the last team that I think he will go to that I don't want him to go to for my sake is the Indianapolis Colts. Those 3 teams, San Francisco Patriots, and Indianapolis.
Have such bad quarterback luck over there.
Those are the 3 teams that I think he will go to. But my last...
Man, he was be so good.
Anybody got anything else they want to bring up before we get out of here? It's a lot that's happened. So anything that I'm forgetting that we haven't talked about? So Cam Newton threw at Auburn's pro day.
Oh
and he has been
cut the
blackballed.
camera.
He has been blackballed by the NFL.
Nothing was crazy.
I stand with you, Cam.
Listen, Cam, I ain't gonna lie, fam. Pro day at Auburn is crazy.
Crazy.
Pro day at your age is nuts.
What are you doing, dude?
Damn, like, could you imagine being at Auburn, like, really trying to take your pro day seriously?
And Cam Newton's throwing you the ball.
Yeah, like, come on, bro.
Yo, he got a white kid on TikTok telling him to smile, bro. Like, come on, dog.
Yo,
Like,
Listen, you know
what is enough, bro?
You know that's the other day, just completely by accident. That video of the white kid telling Cam he was gonna take his job.
Crazy.
Listen, football's unforgiving, Cam.
That kid grew up to be Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence.
He got done bad, bro. He did. It's okay though. He's still
that's
my
it, though.
dog, brother.
Yeah.
And for the record, I don't want
I
him
have a
to get
question.
signed. I pray he does not.
I did have one question because I
but-
did see this because we are reaching the end of college basketball from March. This is the last day of March or tomorrow is. Best college basketball March Madness run.
UConn.
be a
UConn
player
Kemba
or
Walker.
team. Okay.
UConn Kemba Walker.
That's fair.
Give me the Kentucky men's team, the undefeated one.
Which one?
They lost.
Which one?
No, it was one season they went. Am I tripping?
I thought they won.
They lost the national championship. When they lost to Frank Kaminsky. That's what you're talking about. They lost the national championship.
Which one?
No, I'm talking about the AD. No, the AD one wasn't undefeated.
AD
No, they
won.
won the national championship, but they weren't undefeated.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
John
So,
Wall and
yeah.
Boogie, I think, was the one that was.
No, they lost in the Sweet 16.
Yeah, so the AD one. Yeah.
Okay.
Kemba won that tournament, and then went and didn't lose the game for the rest of the year.
I'm gonna
That was
say
amazing.
nasty enough. The Tyler Hansborough, Ty Lawson, Harrison Barnes,
They
North
was
Carolina
crazy.
team.
Me and my
such a
dad used
crazy
to be
team.
locked
I
into the game.
I love that team. That was a
Bruh,
great team.
Wayne Ellington,
Yup.
the shooter. Nah, bro. You was just
Shout
back
out,
to
man.
memory,
Shout out
dog.
USC.
Yeah, no, that's a crazy
That
one.
was one
So,
of the first Final Fours I really loved to watch,
Yeah.
like start to finish.
TikTok.
When do y'all think it went downhill? I know your answer. I want to see what you say. When do you think, like, because to me, at some point, college basketball wasn't as fun to watch.
Yeah.
And, like, I kind of only watch March Madness for the upsets as
I
opposed
know
to the
where it
actual
went down,
matchups. Yeah, I know your answer. I want to see what you say.
The nil. It was the nil, and college basketball was never that interesting. We were just kids and didn't know what we were watching.
No, they blackballed Trey Burke. So real. I watched it live.
Listen, I will, and I can't be mad at him either because I remember seeing the replay like, yo, like
Bro,
that's not what.
that happened here, bro. I remember watching it live. He hawked him down and blocked it.
Glassed
so
him, bro.
So easily.
Glassed them.
Bro. That
Oh
shit
my!
was nasty.
That was such a fun Michigan team too.
Bro, that was a great game. So we don't do college basketball. I won't start off the segment by saying that. My bad. Final Four. Hold on, bro. Let me do it.
Bet the house on FAU.
We're gonna do men's and women's.
Got nothing else to lose.
We are inclusive.
Right.
So women's Final Four, we have the amazing Caitlin Clark. Big shout out to Caitlin Clark, man.
Super shout.
Dog.
She had 40 in college, which is like 70 points.
Yo, what they said on Twitter? Hey, she can't be worse than Jaden Ivey. Go ahead and draft her.
That shit is so funny, bro.
Listen, you telling me her 15 minutes on the court not better than 17 Anthony Lamb minutes?
Hey,
give me 8 possessions of Caitlin Clark.
yo, you seen the
over
clip?
Anthony Lamb.
You seen the clip of the girl from Louisville talking to her? She said, "Yo, you down 15? Shut up." Like, that's how more people need to be, bro. Like, yeah, like
she knows she here.
Yeah.
that's absolutely how it should be. Like, scoreboard, bro. Shut
She's a
up.
Kobe disciple, by the way. Shout out to
NCAA women's number 1 seed Virginia Tech versus LSU tomorrow. Angela Reese has our Angel is it Angel?
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese has been amazing. Not nominated for the Player of the Year, which makes 0 sense.
Crazy.
But who y'all have in that game? And you better say LSU. I was
I was picking LSU.
Listen, it's some joints at LSU. Right? it is some joints at LSU. Shout out Evan. Shout out my boy.
I got family there. Shout out to them, man.
I was-
Graduated from LSU.
Iowa, South Carolina.
Yep.
Caitlin Clark versus the amazing South Carolina team with the amazing coach Don Staley. Who do you guys have?
You know what? I'm gonna listen. College basketball, it's about players. People just gets hot. I think Caitlin Clark should say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna try it one more time. I'm just try to do it again."
I do think she does. I think Caitlin goes for 45 tomorrow night.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
Men's. You can go ahead. You got them up.
Yeah. So so UConn's gonna win. UConn's the best team. Like,
Dog, have you watched UConn
it's-
play? They look ridiculous.
fam, UConn, they look bad. Like, yo, the spread was 20 points in an Elite 8 game. and they covered.
Yo,
Like they beat the shit out of them.
They are crazy, dog.
And listen, I love Big. We're a little older, but we're like right on the edge for college basketball. I remember what the Big East used to be.
Yes.
I remember how Big East basketball.
ACC.
Yes.
Big East used to
crazy,
be
bro.
so different. Shout out to UConn for bringing that back.
So UConn, you have UConn beating Miami. And
Yes.
San Diego State, Florida Atlantic.
I have Florida Atlantic beat San Diego State.
Okay, we got the same picks.
Yeah.
Florida Atlantic, UConn for me. And,
Same, yeah. FAU and then
you got UConn. You win the championship. I have UConn win the championship as well.
bet the house on FAU.
I actually watched. Yeah,
Nothing makes sense anymore. Bet the house on FAU.
I watched UConn's first game, and I said, "Oh, they're winning."
Yeah.
I said, "I don't got to see nothing else."
They move different.
The point guard, and the shooters. I was like, "Oh, hey." I was watching the other teams, and nobody scores as easily as them.
Right.
That's really the thing. Nobody scores as easily as them, and with the big and the length they have on the wing, I don't think anybody's going to be able to score as easily as they do.
Question.
On them, so.
I know. Did you saw the De'Aaron Fox thing when he talked about college basketball?
Yes.
You saw it. How do you feel about that? So for the viewers, of course, listening, De'Aaron Fox said he can't watch a college basketball game in full because first he said the players are too ass. The coach, no. The shot creation isn't where it needs. You know, the shot creation, of course, isn't good. The refs are worse. The coaching is even worse than that. How do y'all feel? You feel like he was like, you know, because De'Aaron Fox is one of those people who has college basketball like history.
And he comes from a good pedigree.
Yeah, like college, he didn't go to Iowa State. Like, he went to Kentucky. Like,
Hey, I looked at him and said, "Yeah, you're right."
yeah, this nigga
To me,
spitting.
I don't know about the
don't think he
refereeing,
should've
but
said
everything
that.
else was
I
spot
don't think
on.
he should have said that.
I was about to say, I also don't think you should have said it just because, like, that's still, even with all the alternatives out there for, like, people coming out of high school, like, that's still, like, the best way for them to, like, get to the NBA.
See, question, because it's crazy. I don't know how we got here. But Bronny's coming out.
Shout out to Bronny, by the way.
Yeah.
BBB said if you really want to get better, you should go overseas instead of playing college. How do you feel about that? I'm not going to say Australia because I'm not going to ever tell any person to go to Australia.
I heard it's terrible
so
over there.
I'm not telling no black person to go to Australia. Niggas need to Google what be going on there.
Would say yes,
Right.
but if I'm Bronny, my dad is the best basketball player ever. So
Exactly. See, so Bronny, I don't have...
Bronny does not count
Bronny
in
doesn't
that
have to.
conversation.
Because like the regular 5-star, I would be like, man, you should go overseas so you can get better coaches. But LeBron's his dad.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be much better coaches.
He works out in the Lakers.
I was about to say,
What are you talking
he
about?
make a bill. He can find the bill.
What coach could LeBron not call other than George Karl?
So other than George Karl, exactly, and David Blatt. So
Everybody hates
So
George
yeah,
Karl. That's crazy.
I agree. If you are a 5-star like the Thompson twins were in OTE, if you're a DJ Wagner coming out, if you're one of those guys that you go into the league, Scoop, I can understand why you said that because his point is always, bro, why am I in Spanish and I'm trying to go to the league? Why am I in chemistry and I'm trying to go to the league?
right.
That's a great point.
I said it worked out for LaMelo.
My retort would be
Exactly.
Ben Simmons did not go to any classes. So maybe you're not.
Yo, that is. Hey, as soon as that tournament ended, he said, "Yo,
Listen,
like,
I know
I'm
niggas
not
that
coming
tell
back here,
you,
nigga."
I can assure you, he did not go to the
Listen, that nigga said, "Like, I'm not coming back to class. Like, I'm going to the draft, man."
My
Like,
question is, what?
The day the season,
fam, like he withdrew and every like
he left.
It wasn't him just.
What are y'all gonna do? About
There's nothing illegal about what he's doing.
Yeah,
He's literally played basketball on the level you're requiring him to play basketball on before he gets drafted, bro. Like,
Exactly.
that's all he had to do.
Shout out NCAA, but I'm so glad this shit, like the bureaucracy came to end over there. Because I remember hearing about that James Wiseman shit, and then like or what? And it was like, yeah, James Wiseman, you got to give all this money.
Yeah, talk about pay to fine, like
yeah, he got fined by the NCAA in college.
You find an 18-year-old.
you better tell Sally Mae come get that shit,
I'm
nigga.
7 feet. Y'all come get this in mud. I'm a college athlete. What's
My
crazy?
coach a Hall of Fame point guard. Get him to pay for it, nigga.
Y'all telling me I can't work? How am I supposed to pay this fine? I'm supposed to get bread for this fine. Just fine me on this bread. I can't work. Like,
I can't get no money, nigga. I can't.
how you fine a nigga for getting money? What I'm supposed to do? Like,
Hey man, 2 Chainz tried to tell him on NCAA.
So, yeah, great show.
you know how crazy it is to get fined for getting to the bag.
No, listen, shout out Bronny for real though, man. Cause
Shout
like,
out to Bronny and all that Neil money, and Archie Manning as well. Not Archie Manning, no,
Arch,
Manning.
yeah.
He is cold too. Boy, he got a ball on him. Pause. So episode 25.
That's crazy.
Episode 25
pauses
in the
today, my
book.
nigga.
Episode 25.
Shout out to all the McDonald's All-Americans.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Shout out all the McDonald's All-Americans, men and women. Do they do women's?
Yes,
they do
they played
women's.
the women.
Oh, yeah, shout out women's.
Yeah, shout out to all the women, all the men. Y'all
Shout out for Brody doing the dunk contest in pants.
Yeah, it's real nigga. Real.
What a real ass nigga, for real.
At least somebody named LeBron did it.
I love Bronny's. Of course you worry.
It's funny as hell because LeBron did it in McDonald's. He definitely did.
You worry about like having that much pressure on him. He looks super happy.
Yeah.
He looked like he.
I think LeBron has, and Savannah mainly, I would say, so probably Savannah mainly. I think they've done a great job of letting them be children.
Right.
You don't hear them. They don't be at games courtside. You don't see them like, you see his highlights, but I have not seen a regular picture of Bronny. And I think that is by design.
Listen,
I think
he be on the game.
And I was going to say shout out just because, like, I remember.
Yeah, you see him streaming. Other than that, I forget.
Like, early on, like, when, like, I guess it ties into when LeBron first got to LA and like when we first saw him in Sierra Canyon. Like I was looking at him, like I figured he'd be an NBA player, but it's just like,
it was.
Yeah, like it looked a little dicey, but like every year, like as the highlights passed, like you saw like a real improvement in his game. So like that's why I say shout out to him because like I can tell he's really been working.
What it looks like for me is that Bron was like, all right, this is the way the NBA is going, bro. Mm-hmm. Everybody can shoot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All this other shit, you gonna develop because you my son. Like you gonna understand how to do this and you gonna put in the work. But I'm gonna teach you how to shoot and I'm gonna teach you basketball. Yeah. And it looks like him and Bronny and Bryce sit down and watch games together and he explains explains basketball to them.
I was gonna say that.
Is something different.
So when you watch young players, because I don't do a lot of scouting, but I watch the young I go hunting in the rough for like diamonds. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I always look at, like I always said, like one of the first things that stuck out when we was looking at Luka Doncic was how quickly you are able to read and react like basketball concepts instead of plays in live action. 100%. And you see Bronny all the time be able to kind of like the Braun thing because Braun's the best fucking skip passer ever. Mm-hmm. You'll see Bronny be able to hit both corners of the pick and roll, wing and the big comfortably because he understands so much basketball and creation in space. A lot of people go to the league or play better competition and they have a problem with mapping the court and mapping the space, but you see the opposite with Bronny. And IQ is hereditary.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think, for me, I think that it looks just like that, bro. He taught him, hey, bro, you're going to learn how to shoot and you're going to know this game. And it looked like that.
And everyone was like, well, he's not going to be LeBron's size. I'm sure LeBron knew this nigga was not going to be the
Bryce is already taller than him.
Yeah, and he doesn't, he's
going to be a big guard.
That's what I want people to understand. He doesn't have to be LeBron, and that's okay, bro. Like, that's a lot to live up to. Just go out there and be...
happy just being 6'4".
Yeah, like, just go out there and be Bronny, bro. Like, your game does not have to be what LeBron's game is.
Right? Like, and if you're not 6'9", niggas not going to expect it from you.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. So, I definitely think he's going to be fine. I think he's actually going to be really good in college. I think he has a great college game. I think his point guard skills will be on display in college. I do think he'll go to UCLA or USC. I think he's going to stay around his family. So
betting favorite is Ohio State right now.
That's what I've heard too.
I don't think he's
which is weird because he lives in LA.
I think he's staying in LA just to make. I think Braun wants to keep an eye on him.
But hey, listen, he's in that process of becoming a man. Some niggas want to go away from school.
Yeah.
My dad worth $1 billion, so
it's not gonna really be an issue to give me an apartment. So
listen, and I be telling him nowhere's too far when you own a jet, pops. Like you can just come
that's a phenomenal point.
Yeah,
that's a phenomenal point.
Listen,
nowhere, no matter where he goes in the United States, he's 4 hours away.
You own a jet. You own a jet. You play for the Lakers. Drake got his own plane. He all friends. Like it's some way for you to come out here.
Drake's jet to halfway through the United States and pick me up in the middle, like regular niggas who commute home. Have one nigga drop me off.
Yeah, bro. Just get in the PJ and holler at me on Thanksgiving break, nigga. Like.
So, shout out to Bronny finna buy himself a PJ, actually.
Oh, God. NIL money is so funny, bro. The NIL money is so funny.
Seeing them niggas are millionaires is like, oh, maybe I was wrong about them opinions.
That shit crazy, because I know before them NILs came, LeBron loaded that nigga account up.
Yeah, listen, man. Shout out Savannah. You could just tell it's great seeing black homes.
It is,
and that's definitely a home for real.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and it looks like they actually don't like his dad, don't like LeBron for real, which is important.
That boy Braun beat the Yes Jules allegations.
He did the allegations.
Daniel Caesar did not.
Listen,
Speaking of him, he is dropping an album next week.
It's all about who you know.
Or what you did. So
that's a fact. Braun ain't never faced them allegations. Daniel Caesar did head on. You know.
Come on now. So yeah, that was it. Episode 25. Don't have to tell you when this will be out. This is not live.
When he's locked in.
When he's locked in. So all platforms, nothing ATL. Thank y'all for listening.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. Shout out to Chris for coming. And we will see you when we see you.